Hey, what's up, guys? Nitreg here from nitreg.com, and today is day 5 of the 31-day poker challenge, and today's going to be the first day of doing hand history reviews. I just got back into my place from being out of town over winter break, and of course the internet kind of went out the first day, and that's why there was no video yesterday, and today I was kind of just playing poker all day and doing the first day of classes, so it's been pretty busy, so I'm just going to go ahead and bump this video up to today just because it is a little faster for me to do, and then I'll go ahead and do the other videos um, tomorrow or the next day. So bear with me, and yeah, I think this is a really interesting hand that you guys will enjoy. So this hand I have pocket nines in middle position. This is a 50-NL full ring game on lock poker. HUD works a little slow. I'm not sure why. But I go ahead and raise and get called by one guy. This guy's a reg. He's 16-14. But he really likes playing back at me a lot. He rarely ever folds to c-bets. And he 3-bets some of the time. And in general, if I check to him, he'll be stabbing a lot. So I don't really have anything. I've got like third pair, and I don't really feel like barreling into guys that won't fold and turning made hands into bluffs. And so I think this is just a spot to check and give up. So I go ahead and check, and he decides to check as well. So when he decides to check as well, I'm not 100% convinced that he has an ace or a queen, just because I think that he'll bet those a lot on the flop when I check to him. So he seems pretty stab happy. He likes to stab a lot when checked to. So I think that nines are probably the best hand. The thing is, I don't know if I can really get value with it. So I just decided to check again, and he goes ahead and bets like half pot. So this is kind of typical. I expect him to stab a lot. So I feel like this is a good spot to go ahead and call. So I think I have the best hand. And the river's a 9, which is really good for me. Gives me a full house. So how to extract value? Well, if I go ahead and lead out here, I'm not really getting called that much. I don't really think he has that many aces and queens in his range. So that would probably leave just bluffs and draws. And since I kind of just checked down and showed weakness, I assume that he will show some propensity to bluff a certain percentage on this flop. I think it's probably higher than the amount of calls I get if I go ahead and lead out. So I decided to go ahead and check and go for a check raise. He bets 450, and I decided to make it 14, which is a pretty nice solid size raise, I think. And he goes ahead and thinks for a bit and shoves all in. So the question is, what should you do here and why? Just going over this hand, like in my head, this was going to be a pretty clear fold, in my opinion. My thinking was along the line of that I should check raise the flop for value, but fold to a shove, because I really don't think he's going to shove here unless he's got a really nutted hand. And even though I have a full house, it's not that strong of a full house. I don't think he's going to have queen 9 in his range, just because he's a fairly solid reg. He's got a fairly solid range pre-flop. He could have some queen X in his range, but I don't think a queen X would just like jam over the top like this. I think a queen X would just call. I don't know why he would ever raise like queen jack here, all in. He'd probably just call, just assuming that I'm never going to call with worse if he jams a queen. He could have pocket fours himself. He could have occasional pocket queens or aces, even though it's really rare. An ace queen is definitely a part of his range. So, given that that's his range, I think we can kind of do combinatorics, and we can see that there are going to be, 3 times 2 is 6, and divided by 2 is 3. So there's 3 combos of aces, and there's 1 combo of queens, and there are 6 combos of ace queen, and those are all the hands that will logically beat us, and the hands that we actually beat is probably pocket fours, which there are three combos of. And maybe there's a queen nine in there every now and again, but that hand will beat us as well. So there's a lot more hands that beat us than not, but I do think we can get called by worse a lot here as well when we check raise. The reason is because there could be a lot of, pretty much any queen X is going to call, maybe sometimes an ace X that just thinks we're bluffing or something. So I think this is a definite fold in my opinion. And I was going to fold, but I was kind of chatting on Skype and taking notes on some other hands, and for whatever reason, I just decided to call anyway. That's really, really bad, and I kind of deserve what I get because I call, and of course he has pocket aces, so this hand kind of sucks, but there is something that, we can learn from it. Not only just, first of all, I should have stuck to my game plan because I doubt, given my reads, that he's ever going to shove there without having like a better hand than me, except for maybe pocket fours. But the second thing is I can take notes on him. I noticed that he just flatted aces pre-flop, and he went to go slow play and bet around half pot for value when he thinks that my range is wide and probably doesn't include a lot of aces. So I think there's some good notes there, just because when he 3-bets in the future, I'm going to be more inclined to 4-bet him, just because I know that he's capable of flatting huge pocket pairs. So I think that works out okay. I mean, I lost a huge stack, but I should have folded it, but I didn't fold it, so therefore I could at least get something away out of taking a note on him. So I think effective note taking will soften the pain from me getting in a bad spot like this where I probably should have folded. So anyway, thanks guys for watching, and I will have some videos out for you tomorrow as well, and I'll see you later. Peace.